guys, welcome to Northwest Connection. This episode we're joined by Test Plan for a chat about their sound, their process and everything they've been cooking up lately. Quick apology in advance, we had a few connection issues during this recording, but the conversation still shines. Let's get into it. Hi guys, welcome to Northwest Connection. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Hey, what's up guys? I'm Max. Do you want to go around in a circle?
I'm Rory. I'm Rory.
And it's Michalis.
I think we all
and Michalis. So, because they forgot to say, I play guitar, Max plays the drums, and Rory plays the bass. Max is also doing most of the vocals for us. And we're Test Plan.
Test Plan. Test Plan is our band name. We
How
forgot that one.
did you guys actually meet? How did you guys meet? Because obviously you're from across many different places, aren't you?
We met in a unit. Basically, there's this big industrial warehouse where we all where a lot of band practices. And I met Rory through the stream of life through playing loads of gigs. We did a jam one time together, and I didn't see him after that for a little bit. I was practicing with another band, and I left that unit, and I was walking through the corridor. And I hear in the corner of my ear, like, Max. And I turn and Rory just left another practice room. He's like, bro, I'm a hero guitarist. You need to come jam with us. And I was like, it was like 10 o'clock at night. I was like, fuck, I want to go home. But then I love playing drums. So I was like, go on, I'll go play for a bit. And Rory had happened to have met Meticulously for the first time that night, and they were just having a jam. And then I walked in and I met my two new partners.
future bandmates.
And where did the band name come from? Where did your band name come from?
Which one? The band name?
The name. Yeah.
We were getting ready for some time after we have met. Like we were getting ready to writing songs, getting ready to do shows, and it was when we booked the first one that we were like, okay, we need a name now, and it was a thought process. The band had kind of like started without something specific in mind, so it has like open, being like, let's play and see how it goes. So we didn't have like a name in mind from the beginning. So we sat around to see like, okay, what we need. Throw a few ideas, and we came up with this one. It wasn't a big plan. It was just something that evolved.
I guess like looking for something that is basically three people don't hate. It's a very difficult thing. And we fortunately found something.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've all come from different backgrounds. I'm guessing musically as well. But what was the first thing that you bonded over as a group?
I mean, I think it was.
That's a good question.
Rory's. What really brought us together was Rory's advertisement seeking for bandmates, and that was a lot like around post-punk and noise, more or less, if I remember correctly, Rory.
Yeah. Because we'd just been to a gig together, sort of separately before we knew each other, which was to see A Place to Bury Strangers in London. And Michalis said, I think we bonded over a love for that band kind of very, very quickly. And then I don't know, kind of with Max, I don't know, it was just more kind of
distortion.
Yeah, I guess kind of just wanting to do kind of distortion, gnarly, horrible music, just make a racket in the, but I think it was just kind of the initial thing that we all really bonded was, we want to do this band, we want to make this, really cool music that we like, and, we really enjoy playing with each other and being in each other's company. So, yeah, that was kind of really, where the bond came from, maybe.
I think
It took a little while for the sound to land and to get you into that sort of right headspace.
I remember, I think even just from the first time we jammed, I think Rory fucking loves bass that just destroys you. And it just cranks it all the way up. His pedals are just I don't know how he calibrates his stuff, just to make it so you just feel it in your guts, melting. And I think that was it's just that kind of level of volume, plus just scary, crazy guitar chords. And then I'm just, and then I just like playing the drums really fast, basally. And then, I think that's nothing much has changed, I think, since that. So I think that's sorry.
It felt like really, really good from the first jam we had. Like the like the vibe that was like in the first like jam was like already enough. So we're like, oh yeah, fucking that's
Yeah.
it. See you next week.
Yeah.
So it aligned. I think it aligned pretty quickly,
Yeah.
like from the beginning. And even after that, most of the ideas that were coming, very few of them were like out of the spectrum we were already tuned in for.
And so, could you give us your musical background?
Yeah, so I've been playing in bands for many, many, many years. Probably, I don't know. I was thinking the other day, I think it's almost like 18 years of my life, since school, and then I was sort of very into like kind of metal as a teenager. I was in sort of metal bands where I came from in Bournemouth, my hometown. So when I was a teenager, I got really kind of into the sort of hardcore scene that was kind of going on, and like, I used to go to hardcore gigs a lot. And it felt like a really exciting time for music as well. There was bands I really liked at the time, like Gallows or Pulled Apart by Horses, or all these kind of bands that were kind of from up north, and just touring a lot in these kind of small venues was super exciting. And then a friend showed me a place to bury strangers, and that kind of blew all of the kind of metal out the window. Got me into post-punk music, shoegaze. I played in some noisy stuff. I played in a couple of noisy bands before meeting these guys. Post-punk, and I've always been in bands basically for as long as I've been a teenager, really. At some point.
How about you, Max?
Yeah,
kind of similar to Rory, I think. Like definitely when I was younger, probably by the time I hit puberty, like all I wanted to listen to was just like punk and metal, just like crazy drumming, just like I think for probably like 3 or 4 years I only listened to like people screaming. I thought like singing was like lame or something. and I think that's still really like I love music like that, just like throttling, like I love grindcore, I love really extreme noise stuff. But I think at some point along the way, like kind of more indie stuff, dancey stuff kind of came in there. I think probably like trying drugs. I was like, wow, dance music is great. And then, sorry, I mean, trying, I don't know, dancing maybe. But it's one of the, I think that really like, I think also just moving to London, I think, and coming to a place where there's such a rich music scene, like the jazz here is insane, the electronic music, anything here, like hip hop, whatever you're into, there's like the best experimental weird people doing it. And it's like, I think that's a big part of like what we do now as well, is trying to like work our way through like noise and punk, but also dance music and kind of electronic like vibes and stuff and structures. But that's kind of my thoughts on it.
Mm-hmm. I was also when like school years, and when I had like my first bands, got like down the like metalcore genre, deathcore, and was in that. But after 18, when I moved to like college, I kind of diverted more in more psychedelic rock or garage or rock and roll sounds, and my bands at the time were around rock and roll punk. But when I moved in London, I got kind of reintroduced to the post-punk and more noise music. Started like getting into bands like Fat White Family, Viagra Boys, even more noisy, and this kind of like new wave of like noisy post-punk I met in London. Yeah, up to the time like I have found the guys, I think I had got well in noise rock and this kind of aligned together. Definitely keeping some elements from the past. It's a blend now.
Yeah, I love Motorhead, I like Iron Maiden, bands like Black Flag, or, kind of more like hardcore punk as well, but yeah, I think kind of, my biggest one, as I say to everyone, I've mentioned quite a lot already, is a place to bury strangers. They kind of do everything that I like in music in kind of one bag, yeah. And I really like kind of shoegaze stuff and ambient. Not so much into hip hop or like as much dance music as the other guys. But I'd say if I had to pick one person, I'd say probably Motorhead would probably be the number one band I'd pick as kind of my biggest influence, like Lemmy.
Yeah, I think that comes through in
Max
your
or McAllis.
story from when we seen you at Neo Tribe. So
I'd say I mean, I think especially like on guitar, I think like Ty Segall was a very big influence for me. Um, and yes, like a couple of other bands, like in terms of like sound in general, I think I'd say probably Viagra Boys, Place to Bury Strangers a lot, and maybe also like I think New Candies were also like nice influence of like heavy garage punk music. Earlier, I'd say when I like before that, I'd say like Stooges was also like one like big like classic influence. Just going same riff over and
Yeah.
over again
Yeah.
until your ears bleed.
Yeah, yeah, I love like the Velvet Underground and like all of the amazing like post punk from like the 70s is just like the like you listen to like, any John Peel session or like all like like bands like This Heat or whatever, like it's just like the best stuff. Like, it's just such an amazing sound. And then I know for me like I've got I don't know, I love like like a lot of metal stuff, like, and I've got like a Death Heaven t-shirt on, like I love Battles is a big influence for me. Their drummer John Stanier is just plays like quite simple but just beats the shit out of his drums. It's just so groovy, and I think that I think we all love stuff like that, just really hypnotic. And then it's a tough question, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. There's so many influences. That's the trouble.
Yeah.
Just trying to get the strong ones out of you.
But no, like love like Carcass as well. Like I was admiring Chris's t-shirt as well. Like a lot of like old school like death metal and stuff, and it's but I think it's all I think actually like mathcore and like hardcore punk, like Converge, the Dillinger Escape Plan, these sorts of bands for me are like huge, like just so chaotic and just grabbing you by by your throat, but also like mega catchy, like big fat riffs, like that's like a perfect like kind of a meal for me, I think.
So how would you describe Test Plan's sound to anyone who hasn't heard it you before?
I mean, it is definitely like, as you said, it has definitely have like roots in the post punk, but like mega boosted with noise and noise rock. I guess like one of our main aims is incorporating the dance, dance elements into it. So noisy post punk is what I like the most, but we don't have like an agreed universal term yet.
I was going to say loud and fast. Like loud and fast, or just somewhere between dancing and moshing is kind of what we've said, kind of. So, yeah.
That's the first.
There we go. Is there a sound or idea that you've tried that did not work for Test Plan?
We tried quite a bit of stuff. I think we're quite open actually to like, as far as like actual sounds and genres. I think we're really keen even to like dip into stuff. I think it's more like we'll have an idea and then just like be not sure what to do with it and get so frustrated and keep trying to make it better, but like and not quite finding the way out. I think is I don't know. What do you guys think?
Maybe there are some bits of more hardcore that we have tried, like we like enjoy a lot in playing together, like in the practice room, but maybe haven't got out in the audience much yet, if I say. But I won't say it hasn't worked. Like we enjoy playing together, but maybe haven't put like together in a song yet.
Yeah.
So the grindcore jams definitely, they'll
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Other than I don't know, maybe.
Is there any sound that you tried or ideas that didn't seem to work for you as a band?
No, I don't. I wouldn't say like we have something like we tried and it didn't really work, but we do have some beats which is mainly more like hardcore, jams and things we try in the room and we play like a lot together, but they haven't really made it out in public yet. So they haven't really made it to the song so much. Maybe I mean some of it has slipped out. Like I mean we do have there are a few blast bits here and there in our shows. But maybe that's something I try. But I wouldn't say like really hasn't worked. Maybe hasn't worked yet. I don't know.
It's like a process of refinement. Like it's like we try all these different jams and these like different genres. Like be it we'll play some mad like just grindcore kind of type thing in the practice room. It's like that's not necessarily what we then transfer into a song, but like, I think parts of that, like that intensity, come out in other ways, or like parts that will do like a bit more of a chill, like spacey, shoegazy, jazzy thing, which will maybe one day we'll do more stuff like that, but it kind of comes out in like little passages or whatever. And I guess it's like we're just singing through all this by jamming together. We just love playing together and just like improvising, and then through that process, I think we like squeeze out the goods into like songs.
Yeah,
which is
taking
nice.
elements of each bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Rob, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I've been trying to think. Yeah, kind of anything that we tried didn't work out would be, I don't know, maybe like times where we, especially when we first started the band, I think we tried jamming with other people, or I mean for a while I remember saying, oh, maybe we should get an actual singer in the band, like a front person, because I was kind of initially the singer. I don't know really. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I mean, just kind of, like it's about kind of finding stuff, kind of what Max said, might influence other things in other ways.
Ah, yeah, that's one. Odd countings. We have played a lot with odd countings in the room. We haven't made it to the public yet.
The 7 tuplets, like grooves.
So once you've figured out the noise, where do you find the inspiration for your lyrics and your melodies from?
I guess I'll talk about for lyrics. I think it's just like I think it's like a love of like literature and like film and yeah, I think we have quite a surreal aspect, I think, to our sound and like how we communicate. I think there's often like kind of themes of like dreamlike things or things that are kind of like ethereal from another, like reach into like a void into another universe. And I think that's kind of, there's this, I'm playing like a lot of gothic and dark vibes. And I think that's, it's like for me anyway, when I write, it's like this way of processing like whatever's going on in my life in like this really surreal dark lens, and like trying to find just like write poetry. So I don't know, it's kind of hard to hard to describe, but I think it's just try, because you want words. Words are obviously important, and you want something that like kind of sticks in your brain and works effectively as a song. And it's it's just you just try loads of stuff, and we do a lot of like jamming on ideas, and we'll just always change stuff. I think it's about, if it feels right in your stomach when you say something out loud and you can say it with conviction, then it's great. If it feels a bit like, oh, I'm not, that's when and I think that's the same with like writing anything. It's just like, if something feels a bit off, then probably need to work on it some more.
Yeah.
But it's I think that was a bit of a rambling answer to that, but hopefully communicate.
Like that.
Do you guys want to talk about some melodies and how we?
Yeah, I mean,
conjure them?
melodies. I think like big part of the melodies. I mean, initially, it was like the first year or so. Maybe first songs were like ideas, individual ideas we had, like bringing them in the room, like making them into something like all together. Or even, I mean, like there's been many times that somebody brought like full song and we had it there. But as years went by, we are like more and more, everything is coming through improvising in the room. So we just every time we meet, it's half the rehearsal is just gonna be like endless improvising, recording everything, and then just picking the bits we like. So yes, many of our later songs are just improvising. Whatever the mood was that day, is it gonna be atmospheric or is it gonna be grindcore, and then turn this into a song. So maybe a bit like vague. Improvising, just whatever comes out every time, and then try to make it look nice enough for people.
Yeah, I think we're quite like self-conscious, I think, as well, with like, and deliberate with like, we want there to be catchy melodies in certain parts, and I guess it's just the balance between abstract noise destruction and then also trying to like, and also you want something that you can just like dig your teeth into and just really and that moves you, and that's kind of groovy. And I guess same with the lyrics, I think, is like the balance between being abstract and like kind of just mysterious, and also something that kind of cuts through and is like, and it's just and is maybe that you can actually latch onto as a bit more, I don't know, for lack of a better term, be a bit more relatable or something like that. I guess that's with any like experimental music. Like you want it to be weird as fuck, but you don't want to like lose people because it's just weird.
Yeah, like, I think we
So
want to
what was
make
the
it.
first song you wrote together? So what was the first song you wrote together, and is it different to what you write now?
The first song we wrote together. I'm trying to think. Squat Rave was kind of a song that Max represented to us. Maybe Gone we wrote together.
I think
Teeth maybe as well. Yeah, probably Teeth, I think.
Yeah, that was the first we actually wrote together. Before that, it was ideas that first Rory had like the first few ideas, that he brought in the room, and then Max, like entire songs that we're bringing, and then we would shape them a little bit around. I guess one song we don't play anymore is the first song that Rory had sent to us when he was like suggesting to form the band, which is "Lose Myself." This is a song we have played live, but we kind of left it behind, and we don't even we haven't recorded, so it's only gonna be a memory probably. I guess it is a little bit more. It is slightly different, but what's the genre exactly? Like this more rock, I guess, sound a little bit.
Lose yourself. Lose myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit more. Yeah, I guess kind of shoegazy, kind of rock. Yeah, I mean, still very loud and punk. That was always there.
It's still test plan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have argued we should keep it.
So, talking about arguments, do you ever disagree on how heavy or how dancey a track should be?
Disagree on what?
How do you ever disagree on how heavy or how dancey a track should be?
Kind of, I feel like it's like a consistent debate about like making things. How do we make things groovy? Or like that's always like, but then also like wanting to make things a bit like. I think I probably err on the side of wanting to make things maybe more like aggressive. I feel like me and McAllis probably like bounce off each other, like I guess in a way where, but maybe like trying to find this. I guess that's where like the sweet spot comes from of like yeah. And it's but I don't think maybe not massive disagreement. I'm trying to think if there's a particular
argument
example.
is the wrong word. Yeah, no, it has been an argument.
No, I think there's times maybe we're like jamming kind of the same kind of heavier kind of style for a while, let's say, and and we're like, maybe we're doing this too much, then we might get dancey for a while, and we're like, okay, we're doing this too much now. But it's really about finding the sweet spot. Yeah,
and maybe it's something that it hasn't been an argument, but it has been like often like a collective effort. Like, okay, how do we make it dancier? That's something that it's not always easy because maybe make it noisy, make it heavy. That can come out quite intuitively. You just let yourself, and it's heavy. But make it just hold back enough so the dance beat like hits. That's something that we have put effort in crafting sometimes. But argument, no arguments.
No, totally. It's like the restraint. Yeah, I guess always learning restraint and to when to not do too much and to make the song interesting rather than just making every part as interesting as possible. It's a constant lesson with this stuff. It's just and how to build things so they can. I think we're good at communicating about these things. Some stuff maybe less so, but at least some structures, I think we're very in tune with.
Is it hard for you guys to know when you've finished a song?
You should wait. We've got one on our EP, which we've been to so many iterations. We have a song called Signal, which we'll be releasing relatively soon, this year, which we're really excited about. But I think since its birth, it's been through a painful, long adolescence of many chorus changes.
More than a year.
Yeah. But yeah, it's
Was there ever any thoughts about just scrapping it once you've been going at it for nearly over a year? Did you ever get to a point where you were getting frustrated and just think, let's just bin it?
I mean,
no, yeah.
We've done it in the past with other songs. We've kind of just sort of scrapped it, because we couldn't really figure out where, what to do with it. It just wasn't working no matter how many times we sort of tried to add new parts. But it's hard, you have to know when to stop, because you could just go on forever. You could keep making changes, and just when it feels right, when all three of us are happy, basically.
But for this particular song, the problem with it is that it had some very good elements that we really liked. So we couldn't just scrap it. So we had to, we were it has what it needs, but it's just not complete. So we stick on it. I mean, to be fair, did we decide it's finished? Maybe not. Maybe the day that we know it was aligned and we got in the studio, it was okay, we still need to record something. And we recorded, and then we know played around until like it felt really good because as Rory said, we have scrapped some songs, but this one we're like, no, we cannot scrap it. We need this song.
Just leave it open for the 12-inch remix.
It's finished now. No, we made it. We made it with this one.
And do you guys have specific roles beyond the music within your bands, like your social media and your artwork and booking gigs?
There's I know Rory is like a fucking music like industry like beast. I don't know, like I just lack of a better term. Like I think so much of the organization, like some of the biggest moments for our band has been playing. We played Supersonic Block Party, Left of the Dial in like our second year of like playing live, which like it changed our lives doing stuff like this to play to such a big audience. And without Rory knowing these things existed, reaching out to them and getting those shows booked, and like the same with when we release songs, like all the press, like he's just so gifted with all that stuff, and it's like yeah, I don't know. It's so helpful. I'll let you talk, but I know Rory, you used to run a record label and stuff, and he's like really like, he's really cares about the kind of project management, the organizational side of music, and you can see the love that he puts into that stuff.
Thank you. It's very kind. It's very kind. I love this guy. But yeah, I mean, we're an independent band. We don't have a manager. I think really a lot of roles, a lot of the things that the manager would normally do for the band, you could probably do yourselves, just provided that, sort of everyone is working together. It's because we like Max does the artwork, Max films the music videos, the kind of conceptual kind of stuff. A lot of it kind of, even behind like a kind of like a live show, a lot of it's kind of Max's direction, and kind of influence towards it. And then like McAllis, we got a new practice room, and McAllis set up the practice room with all the soundproofing and making it like good to record. And so he's kind of the more we call Mike like the music tech of the band.
And tour management, just booking tickets and cars.
And tour manager.
That's the thing. Like, I think, but it has kind of like, I mean, no, we were all like in the mood, like we need to do everything. So everybody would just like jump on whatever they could, and yeah, it's not like separated, but it slowly, I think each of us like have found, who's best at what. So it's, it has evolved in not roles, but everyone is responsible for everything, but each one of us does more in different bits.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
But that's
it's like with like the music.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so I was just gonna say, in order for the band, it's pretty my signal. Max, sorry, you go. Oh my god.
Just quickly, I think with like music and like, I think we're more and more. I think it's like it's just a completely kind of collaborative thing that we're doing. And I think the same with like, booking, all the stuff that's going on, like we're all like helping each other. But yeah, it's totally, there's like certain, like, there's certain things where like one of us may have more like wisdom or something. And and that's like such a useful thing to have to be able to, take advantage of. Sorry, Rory, you go ahead.
That's okay. I was just sort of going to say, I feel, in order for, bands to move forward, and do stuff is, to all work together. And, I think every band member is valuable, not just in music, but the other stuff that's needed in a band. Like I said, like probably a lot of, a big thing that's been good for us is we've managed to kind of do this on our own without any managers or any sort of music industry people up to this point. And and it's really good. We think it's kind of good for us to do it kind of DIY.
Yeah. So if we look at the live shows now, what's the best gig you've ever played, and what made it click?
Wow, many.
We've talked about this before.
There's been many. I mean, I'd say maybe like the first tour we did outside England, Paris, in Supersonic Block Party Festival. I think that was the first one, which was like, whoa, like a whole new world like opened in front of us. But after that, there's been like again and again and again that like the number one is being taken over by a new one, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, totally. Like I think some of the ones we've done in the Netherlands, like we've been to Left of the Dial, and then I don't know, and then we played in New York at the New Colossus Festival last year. I think the first show we played I know for me that's just like ingrained in my memory. It was just like to travel so far, to have not really be sure if there's going to be people to watch us or if it's going to be good. So much anxiety kind of leading into it. and then it was like a room full of like lovely fucking noise rock fans, which is ready to have a good time. And yeah, we just did our thing, and it's so rewarding to feel that love from people, and to like and yeah, to feel like we did a good job. And yeah, that was just such a cool time to be hanging out with these guys in fucking New York, like playing rock music. Yeah, it's a dream.
Yeah. I think New York was amazing. We had an amazing gig in Berlin last year. That was up there. First time we played Left of the Dial. It's kind of weird, yeah, because they all kind of like merge into one. I mean, we played so many gigs like last year, but I think just going somewhere new and playing to people's just always super exciting. Going to a random country we've never been to before. So I think that's a big thing. Kind of just playing gig anywhere. The reason why you're there. They've asked us to come to New York to play music. That's fucking awesome.
That's all.
I guess, last year Berlin was also like an amazing one because we ended up like in an amazing festival, and we headlined like the second biggest stage. So we played like after Snapped Ankles and before A Place to Bury Strangers, and we're like, wow, bands I've been listening to for years, and we're just like playing along them. I was really, really mind blowing for us.
Yeah.
So how do you guys prepare for one of your energetic live shows?
Lots of fruit.
Prepare. Nap is very important. Being cautious with enough food, but not too much food. And be careful with the levels of caffeine. Not too little, not too much.
No, it's literally true. I know for me, like if I have like a sip of Red Bull, I'll just like have a panic attack. So it's like, I need to keep that one down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We try to eat properly, like no junk food. On day of a gig, warm up before we play is very important. We'll spend about half an hour in the green room shrieking and yelling and jumping up and down, and you just hear Max going woo. That's quite important, yeah.
And it is actually true that it's warm up, not just in like musical sense, but actually like being in the same room all together and literally like stretching and like pumping, like getting the heart rates high before you go on stage. It's actually like very important because if you're just like nice and calm and you go on stage, then you're gonna spend your first 2 or 3 songs getting warmed up. But actually, just literally like on a circle, just jumping up and down a little bit before the show. That's very needed. And every time we do it, like you can really feel it. Like you go on stage and you're like already a little sweaty. You're ready to start immediately, which is like what you need. Set is short. You don't have time to waste.
I always reference them.
I always tell the guys, like, get primal. Gonna try and psych each other up, like, in the green room.
Yeah, totally. You need to get in the right headspace. I always reference Mario Duplanto, the drummer from Gojira. I watch this podcast of him, and he just talks about how he'll just fucking warm up for 2 hours, just shredding on drums, up until a minute before he goes on stage. Then is capable of delivering these insane performances. I think you hear stuff like that. I think it's super important just to get loose and get in the zone. And then as the guy said, get a bit primal.
I think that's the first time we've heard that, because I think most bands sort of chill out before they go on, or they need some time to themselves. But you guys do it different.
Nah, chill. I think if I was sitting down before then, again, I would just waste the first part of the set just getting warmed up.
I mean, you have to get into the headspace,
Yeah,
that makes sense with one of your sets.
Yeah, it's really physically demanding. I know, the way it's a lot of fast stuff. I know, for at least anyway, for drumming, there's so much going on. It's like exercise basically. I know there's one song we play that every time we play it, I put the thumbs up here. I'm just yelling every single time. My vision goes black, and I feel like I'm gonna pass out. And one day I'm sure I will. It's navigate, and I think so you need to kind of you need to be prepared mentally and physically to to be able to get to that kind of place where we can deliver the show that we
but without blacking out.
Exactly.
And I guess it also works a lot with the anxiety before you go on stage, because there is gonna be anxiety for sure, like, unless I know you've been gigging for 10 years. But every band, in the beginning, everybody has like anxiety before going on stage. So instead of just being like sitting still and just trying to deal with that like internally, if you move around a little bit, it's gonna be better for that as well. So yeah, no, I think if I was sitting down before gigs, and I would have a panic attack when I go on stage.
So, somebody saying test plan for the first time, what do you want them to walk away thinking?
It's all about love, right? We want people to have a good time, just like, yeah. I think like when you see people dancing or moshing or even if you're more like, you just prefer just to like soak in the thing. I think we just want to connect to people. Like, it's like why we're alive, right? We just want to, and like when you feel that recognition, like, we put a lot of thought and, work into our thing, and we just hope that people like understand what we're doing. Cause like when people understand and they see us, that feels amazing, that's kind of it. But people can pick whatever the fuck they want, I guess, at the end of the day, hopefully they like it.
What's is there a dream festival or gig you'd like to play?
Maybe not by name, but one thing we know for sure, we have only managed to do. Have we only had one open air festival, guys? Yes, right. And we're really looking forward for the day we're gonna play, under the sun. I think the summer open air festival. That's something we haven't done yet, and we're like, oh yeah, we want that, cool breeze.
We'll play something like Bankface or something like that, or like some weird Eastern European like grindcore like convention. But we'll see if that happens.
Yeah, I don't know. Glastonbury would be amazing. Yeah, I mean Arctangent. I'd love to play that festival. It's a great festival. Yeah, I think there's anyone who would have us really. Anywhere in the world. I'd love to play in places like Brazil or where else? Like Peru. South America, places like that. Anywhere.
So
yeah, 100%.
What's next for Test Plan? You've mentioned earlier on you've got a song that you're releasing this year. Is there any other plans?
Big plan is we've been working on an EP, which will be like our first kind of proper kind of chunky release. I've been recording with Darren Jones, who's done all of our stuff, who's just like amazing, just like a wizard with sounds and like recording drums and and he knows how to make. He really translates our live sounds in such a nice way. And so really excited about that really. And then we're like writing loads of stuff as well at the moment and just sort of gearing up. I think we're kind of gonna slowly escalate through the year. We're kind of getting back into performing a lot more live. But yeah, I think just excited to put some new stuff out there. I think, and hopefully it's good.
Yeah, we can't wait to hear it.
We're gonna be touring.
We also like with Rory. Yeah, this is what I was saying. Rory on the lead, arranging our first tour with another band for September. Rory, you can say about that.
So we're planning to tour with this band. They're called Ceremony East Coast from New York. They're kind of good friends of ours. So we're planning a short UK tour for September. When that'll be announced, I'm not sure. Probably in a month or so. So in September we're gonna be doing a tour with a band from New York called Ceremony East Coast, which are good friends of ours, and that'll be sort of our first UK tour.
Sorry, if you cut out again, I'm gonna say it. That's gonna be with a band from New York called Ceremony East Coast. No, West Coast.
East Coast.
East Coast.
East Coast. Are they
I'm from New York and be called the West Coast.
How is that?
They're
East Coast. Sorry, yeah, I have them up wrong. Ceremony East Coast. So we're gonna tour with them in September, and it's something less than 10 gigs around UK, and we are really excited with that. We haven't had, we've never done like a tour with another band like all together before, so that's gonna be a first time thing as well.
Awesome.
Yeah. Be wicked. And they're just plotting more shows throughout the year. Really, yeah. I'm sure we'll be getting busy. But it's I mean, so many East Coast. They're the rhythm section from A Place to Bury Strangers. So their bassist John and Sandra, and it's just like such a cool thing to be like. They're like legends to us, and seeing them perform live at some of these shows is like, and the fact that they like reached out to us to like want to do this tour, and it just feels so grateful and privileged that that things like. And then we get to keep playing music, and I'm sure we're going to learn so much from from being with people like that. So really excited.
And hopefully, one more thing is going to be next for Test Plan. Hopefully, it's going to be a booking agent. We are in the lookout for one now. because it's quite fun, but it's also very helpful, quite fun to try book your own shows. But it's also very helpful to have someone who really knows what they're doing and really help with a mail's load and the contacts.
We're going to move on to our fun questions now. So, what was the first gig you ever attended?
Your first, Rory.
Was My Chemical Romance in Bournemouth BIC, and I think it was who else played? It was My Chemical Romance. Was it Bring Me the Horizon? Maybe maybe it's Bring Me the Horizon as well. Yeah, when I was about 12 or 13 years old.
Pretty sick.
Yeah.
I mean, tickets now for My Chemical Romance are hundreds versus back then when I first saw them it was like 30 quid. Pretty crazy.
Lost you there, mate.
Oh, we've lost you.
Don't worry.
I guess is what he's saying now, because it's being recorded. It's not gonna be lagging on the final.
It shouldn't
cut,
do.
right?
No, it shouldn't do. We should be able to pick it all up.
We have to, I think the first memories I have is when I was still in school. I was like 14. Like my sister, like who she was like older, she would like take me in school bands gigs, like arranged like locally, and it was like like school bands doing like Metallica covers or like Pantera covers, and that's like the first gigs that I have in memory. And the first big band I remember like going was Lamb of God. It was like the first time. It was like, I remember just like jumping on the crowd and be like, crowd surfing for like more than half of the song because there was no space to reach the ground. It was a chaos. That was amazing.
Yeah. I think something that was really formative for me. I think maybe not the first gig, but I think where I grew up in the UAE, and there wasn't like particularly there was either like mega like massive concerts or there's basically nothing. But there was like through like a friend's older brother who was into like post rock and like hardcore punk and stuff. They put on like these little like I guess like house shows. And it was literally like in someone's like living room, and like just about like 20 like teenagers just like, and like 3 of them be moshing, but it like changed my life, and it was like, the most fun like exciting thing ever to like go through. Like, whoa, it's so cool, and like you see people smoking cigarettes and stuff. You're like, whoa. and I think moshing as well, like getting your first mosh pit. Like mosh pitting is like my favorite activity. Well, no, not my favorite, one of my favorite activities. Among other things. Yeah, it's like love. Big love for that.
So you've got the opportunity to curate a dream tour. 3 bands can be active, they can be not active. Who are you picking?
Oh, should we pick one each?
Oh, okay.
There's a problem if you pick one each, though. Who's going to pick Test Plan?
Oh shit! I guess we should play, shouldn't we?
We'll say that we'll assume that Test Plan's the 4th band.
Okay, cool. We'll open for
Headline.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Yeah. If you insist.
For last band for the after party, I will choose the Cramps just to destroy the place after everything. Okay, just get everything like naked, everyone naked, get everyone naked. But before you can choose something more sophisticated than same notes.
Oh, I think
It's quite hard. I don't know. Maybe like
I want to say like Joy Division, but I really I think I want to see Escape Plan. Oh shit, go for it.
Good shout. So are you going to continue with the post-punk side there, Max, go with Joy Division, or?
I think that maybe will fit in the lineup there. I'm gonna say Dillinger Escape Plan. I think I'd just to see them live again, and one of my favorite bands, and just and just clear the crowd of any casual music listeners.
Listen, there's a possibility now Greg's left Better Lovers today, so.
But did he actually?
Yeah.
I hope they do a reunion. If they do like a proper reunion with Greg, I'd love that so much. It's cool they're doing it with Dimitri or whatever, but it's like it's not the same. Good music. I like Calculating Infinity. The rest is so good. Anyway, sorry.
If you could only listen to one album for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Yeah, I'll probably say Unknown Pleasures would be up there.
Tough one.
Going back with Joy.
I feel like if it's like just one piece of music. Oh, sorry, Rory, you go for it.
Oh, I think it's lagging super hard again.
I mean, I guess maybe I would have to how's that? To keep something chill if it's for the rest of my life. I cannot be angry forever, right? I would go the Into the Wild album from like Eddie Vedder. just something chill to keep me company forever.
Not something I was expecting to hear from one of you guys.
I mean, it's for the rest of my life. I have to be careful with that.
Yeah, I'm on the same wavelength. I think protect your mental health. Like, I would say like maybe a Brian Eno record, like Another Green World or Music for Airports or something. Just like you go insane if that's all you listen to. I think. Like, but it's definitely better than listening to like some scary metal or something.
How about you,
Yeah,
Rory?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe something like Neil Young. I think, or maybe like Harvest Moon's nice album. That'd be nice to listen to for the rest of my life. Yeah, I think something chilled. You know, I mean, Unknown Pleasures as well. Would be a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. Good choice.
You've got to swap instruments for an entire gig. Who's going to struggle and who's going to thrive?
McAllister's going to thrive.
I used to be a drummer. I mean, all my previous bands. That's the first time I played guitar. So I think even after all the hard work, it's still easier for me to play drums than playing the guitar. So yeah, I could go away with that.
I think I would be pretty. Sorry.
So I've seen actually, you know, Rory is doing he's doing some very good blast beats whenever he sits on the drums. Max, you know, he's multi-instrumentalist, let's say, right? I mean, you can play the keys very, very well, but you would do with the guitar or bass for sure.
Yeah, I could get away with just like the one like playing E. I think I'm very fond of that. Rory is not like with feeling.
We've tried this.
Rory's like weirdly good at double kick. Like...
Yeah, we've tried this in the practice room. We've tried swapping instruments one time and trying to play one of our songs. It has happened.
How did that go?
It's all right. It's a different flavor, you know. It's a bit more like it's more like pub band, like you know. But that's cool too, you know. Maybe we need to, let go of our pretensions.
Have you got a current song that's on repeat that you're listening to?
That's a good question.
So say that again.
Have you got a current song that's on repeat that you're listening to?
There's I heard this band Roman Candle, the song Bite Harder Than You Bleed, and this band Guess Make Something Happen. I saw Matana Roberts, the saxophone player, play a Cafe Otto on the weekend. Shit was insane. It's just like I've been listening to like a load of that the last few days, and it's like fucking like nightmarish, but like Zeb. So, but yeah, my answer is Matana Roberts. I think go listen to her and give her money. I think she needs it.
Yeah, I've been listening to our friends in Peer Pleasure. They put out a new track called Shed Residence, and yeah, I've listened to that quite a lot. And the last one, Rooms, they put out. Yeah, that's going to be a standout for me though. Recently, I really like the song.
Peer Pleasure is so good as well. They're one of the finest bands in this part of the world. So definitely check them out.
If you can catch them live, they're so fun. So fun.
So, if Test Plan were a video game, what's the objective and who's the final boss?
I think Rory's probably thought about this already.
The objective? Oh, God. I don't know. The boss would be like the music industry. Right.
I guess it's like
the evil music industry.
Try to hit as many items as possible together to make the perfect synchronization for the vibration to be at the maximum level. The final boss would be like a mountain. If we can push a mountain back with back.
Just like an eardrum. It's a pop it.
Perfect. We're going to move on to the quick fire questions now. Vinyl or streaming?
Vinyl. I first was screaming. I was like, I'm not sure.
Well, I have to shamefully admit I have never owned a vinyl in my life. So unfortunately, I'm so easy to fall for convenience. So
nothing wrong with that.
I'm big into the YouTube algorithm is pretty sick. I'm quite fond of like getting like weird ambient recommendations. So I think I'm on McAllister's page.
Rory is a very big vinyl fan though.
Yeah, I mean I'd choose vinyl, but streaming. But I probably listen to more music streaming than I actually do on my records. So yeah, I'd hate to admit it, but because of ease, streaming. But vinyl sounds better.
I suppose as an ex record label worker or owner, you're going to say vinyl as well. You want people to buy them.
Oh, of course.
So,
I mean, no doubt that it sounds better. Whenever somebody puts a vinyl on, I'm like, oh my god, this is so beautiful. But I just can't, man. I just can't.
It's like eating vegetables. It's like sometimes.
Yeah, like it's good.
squat rave or festival tent?
Fucking squat rave.
Squat rave.
Squat
rave, yeah.
Soundtrack for a film or a score for a video game?
Or film. For me,
Film, yeah.
Busy. Sorry, Rory.
Oh, I mean, video game, actually, yeah, that'd be cool. I'd like to do that. Yeah, I'd say video game to disagree with these guys.
The chiptune. What's about Anamanaguchi? Do like the chiptune, like kind of stuff with Game Boys or whatever. We could do like that. A test planify it. We'll look into it for another day.
Big beats or breakdowns?
Oh, actually, really good question. I mean, breakdowns is the correct answer, but breakbeats are cool, Like breakdowns make you fight people. Breakbeats are like, I don't know. It's different. It's hard. It's different. They have different functions in the brain. I think our entire what we do as musicians is entirely based around morphing those two things together. I think that's like our life's mission. So if we can achieve that, then we can
We
die.
obviously couldn't choose one of those two. So.
Whiskey or beer?
For me, it's gonna be, I guess, whiskey. I used to like beer, but it's giving me headache so easily nowadays, man. I cannot just second pint just sends me to headache land, so have to abandon it.
I'll say brown.
I'm a sober person, but back in the day, though, I think a pint of beer was I think it was the way, especially on a sunny day like it was today. It does definitely activate some like negative cravings in my brains.
Black Mirror or Inside Number 9?
So what's that?
Black Mirror or Inside Number 9?
Black Mirror.
What's number 9? I don't know what.
Inside Number 9, it's a TV show by the guys who made League of Gentlemen.
Sorry, I lost you there.
It's a TV show which is made by the guys who made League of Gentlemen.
Yeah, I don't know it, but I love Black Mirror. Black Mirror, I think it's top for me, but I don't know the other one.
Yeah, Black Mirror is pretty.
Headphones or... Sorry, Max, what was that?
Oh no, nothing. Don't worry about me. Carry on.
Headphones or big speakers?
Oh, I feel like I've got half of my life got headphones in, like big speaker or like proper good sound system with like amazing bass. Like it's one of life's great joys, Like, but headphones are totally amazing that we can go anywhere and always be listening to music.
I think I'll go headphones. Weirdly, the detail you can reach and like having like the detail to be able to like listen every bit of element of a song. I really love it. I can just get lost in hearing like the little like crackle of the amp over there. And although big speakers are very fun. I think I love headphones for that. Just being able to listen like every little detail, these guys put on the record. Because speakers need a good room to do that, and you cannot have that.
Yeah.
Bacon frazzles or onion rings?
What was the first one? Bacon frazzles.
Yeah.
Is that like an up north cuisine?
We'll try and get you the packet sent. Yeah.
Bacon. I say the frazzles.
Bacon.
I love onion rings.
Frazzles for
Bacon
me.
frazzles, they do look pretty dangerous. I think I can get behind that. I'm frazzle team.
How about you, Rory?
Frazzles. Frazzles, always frazzles. Over onion rings.
City life or country life?
Our decisions have spoken, I guess. We live like in the biggest city of Europe.
Yeah, there's like a fantasy of like living in the country and like actually like enjoying life. But I think being compressed and being alienated I think is quite exciting. So.
Countryside, it's gonna happen, I think, at some point. Give us, 10 or 20 more years if we make it, and then I think at some point I'm gonna get there. But for now, I need the stimulation.
And last question: a Scotch egg filled with toothpaste or a cornetto with a raw onion core?
I don't know what's that called.
Scotch egg filled with toothpaste or a cornetto with raw onion core. Scotch egg with toothpaste, I feel like it's quite a palatable thing. Like a raw onion, that's just like on that. Like I know some people love it, but I can't abide by that. Like,
I have the Scotch egg with the onion. I think that would be actually fine.
Scotch egg,
maybe with
I
ice cream,
like the ice cream.
Overpowering.
Yeah. A cornetto would be nice as well, though.
But then there's an onion there. Like hard. It's the hardest question you've asked, I think.
That's where we finish on it.
Yeah, but only the hard-hitting questions for us on Northwest Connections.
Really, like getting down to the nitty gritty of like geopolitics and like.
That's what we aim for.
Well, thanks for coming on, guys. Is there anything you'd like to plug before you go?
Oh yeah, just check out our music. I think with some look at our music videos if you care, and we'll be playing some shows this year. I think if we're coming anywhere vaguely near to whoever's listening to this where you live, I think you should definitely recommend coming in and watch us live, especially if you like listening to our music. It really helps us with DIY like indie punk band and it all makes a really big difference to us. So yeah.
Me and Chris were lucky to see you live last year. We definitely recommend going to see you. It's a show.
Thanks for coming on, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you
it,
very
guys.
much.
Thank you very much for having us.
Cheers.
It was super fun. Yeah, thanks so much for inviting us on and taking the time. This is really cool for us podcast. So
No
worries.